Hello! Today I'm sharing 5 of my top long-wearing makeup products. I live in New Orleans. It is hot and humid the majority of the year, so it's really important that I have a good arsenal of heat-proof, sweat-proof makeup products. So I thought I would share a few of them with you today. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I would love it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button before the end of this video if you enjoy what you see here today. I like to be a little bit less maintenance in the summer, so when I was thinking about a foundation for this video, I wanted to give you something that was really natural looking, but that could take you from running errands all the way up to some kind of an event, but also something that didn't require a primer and that was bulletproof through sweat and heat and humidity, and that was very quick to apply because I am a little lazier in the summer. I just want to get my makeup on and be done. I think all of the products in this video kind of fit that bill. So the foundation that's perfect for that for me is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear. A big thank you to Lancome for sponsoring this video because it does fit in perfectly for me during this time of year. I tried this for the first time 3 years ago. I did a foundation review on it. I'll link it down below, and I was so surprised at how well this worked without a primer. Typically when I want something bulletproof, I need a primer, and I just don't find that with this. There's also no alcohol, no added fragrance. I actually tried this because a lot of you wanted me to give you my thoughts on it. Now here's what my skin is looking like before applying any foundation, just to give you a baseline. The shade that I'm applying is shade 320, and I do also have shades 330 and 360 here, and here's just a comparison of them on the back of my hand so that you can see the differences in the shade. 320 suited me best, especially once it kind of set down. So if you think you're my shade twin, I would go with 320, especially for this time of year. It's got a nice liquidy texture to it. I absolutely love how quick this is to apply. A lot of times long-wearing foundations can be very thick and kind of grip to the skin. Sometimes they set down so quickly that it's a real struggle to blend them out. Teint Idole is just a breeze to apply and blend out, and you can see here on half of my face the kind of coverage I got with just a light layer. Now I don't apply foundation underneath my eyes, so ignore those dark circles. Now in the summer, I prefer to put on a light layer of foundation and then just build where I need to, and Lancome Teint Idole allows me to do that very easily. But this is what it looks like on both sides of my face. Now I can get some surface dehydration, you know, some little flakies. I find this doesn't emphasize those areas, and because my skin type is oily in my T-zone and normal around the perimeter, I do need to set it with a powder. If you're someone who doesn't want to set your face, you can get just, you know, a really natural kind of soft radiant look with it. And now here's what it looks like once all of my makeup is complete. It just gives such a polished look to the skin without looking like I'm wearing heavy makeup, and yet it's bulletproof, it's breathable and lightweight. Now it claims to give 24 hours of coverage. I haven't tested it for that long, but I have worn it on some long hot days and my makeup has held up beautifully. And I know a lot of you can attest to that too, and that's why you love this so much and you wanted me to try it so badly way back then 3 years ago. And by the way, I will have this as well as what I'm wearing on my face and the other products that I'm talking about in this video linked down in the description box below. So if you want to see more information or shop them, they are there. Even if you have a day where you're not wearing any eyeshadow at all, maybe you're just applying mascara and walking out the door. No matter what skin type you have, I always recommend finding a good eyeshadow primer and applying just a tiny bit, and here is why. When it's really hot and humid outside, we're way more prone to mascara smudging, and our eyelids can just feel sticky and gross. And I don't know if you're like me, but I find that on hot days, if I'm, you know, a little sweaty or, you know, have more oil secretion going on, the unevenness and the redness is a little more exaggerated on my eyelids. So if you start your day and just apply a tiny amount, you guys, you don't need hardly any. It can be clear, it can be tinted. I do prefer to use a tinted one. Today in this little demo, I'm using the Bare Minerals because it does have a little bit of a tint to it. It's one of my favorites. It's tiny, but you need the tiniest amount. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus is really great too. So those are kind of the two that I'm talking about here in the video. And I do have a couple others I'll put in the description box if you want to check those out. Now I just just gave this tip in a recent updated new mascara routine video, but I'm going to give it here because I think it's really important, especially now that the weather's getting hotter. Setting your eyeshadow primer with a translucent powder, not an eyeshadow, a translucent powder, just like you would set your face, at least from your crease up to your brow bone. Now here I'm setting all the way from my lash line up to my brow bone because that's what I would do if I wasn't wearing any eyeshadow or if I was wearing just eyeliner and mascara, because that's going to give you extra insurance against that mascara smudging. I gave some other tips for mascara smudging in that video. I'll link that video down below. And I also have a video that I did around this time last year where I show my makeup application methods, tips, and tricks from start to finish. I'll have that linked down below because I mean, I live in this weather about 8 months out of the year. So, you know, it's pretty important that I have some things that work for me. And I did share that with you about a year ago. But I do think a lot of people underestimate the importance of a simple eyeshadow primer and they reserve it only for when they're wearing eyeshadow. Yes, it's important at that time too, but it can be important on non-eyeshadow days too. Blush is probably one of my favorite makeup products. I just love it. It makes me happy. I have too many. I realize that, and I'm trying to put together a top blushes video, and I'm having a really hard time narrowing down my favorites. But for this video, I was thinking about the blushes that I reach for the most when I really just need them to be heat proof and sweat proof, bulletproof, long wearing, and these two came to mind the most. Now I do have other tricks that I do. Again, see that long wearing bulletproof video down below. So I have here the Buxom Primer Infused Blush. This is the one that I have on today, and the shade is Mykonos. This is just a stunning formula, and because it's primer infused, it is going to last you a long time. Plus it just looks beautiful, and there are stunning shades to choose from. And I also have here the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Captivating. These last a long time on the skin too. Now, e.l.f. makes a primer infused blush as well that I absolutely love, but I find these two last a little bit longer. But if you are looking for a less expensive option, I'm going to list the e.l.f. blush as well down below because I think it's absolutely great for a budget option. So I'm looking at the time now and I'm realizing that I've had my makeup on for about 3 hours now, and I can tell you with absolute confidence that everything will look the same at the end of the day, blush and all. Now, this lip product isn't a lip product that I'm actually mentioning in this video, but it is also a long wearing one. It will be listed down below. I did just mention this in a luxury beauty products that are worth the money video. I will have that linked if you are interested. I'm sorry I'm linking so many videos, but I've just, you know, talked about a lot of great products in different videos, and I can always do a part 2 of this and give you 5 more top long wearing products because I have many more than are in this video. So next up, we have mascara. Now, I am never going to say you need to wear a waterproof mascara, but for hot and humid days when you know you are going to be out in it, that's kind of the time you might want to say, okay, I'm going waterproof on this day, or at least a tubing mascara. Earlier, I was talking about mascara smudging. I mean, this is the kind of weather that happens in the most. So even if you just reserve it for the most hot and most humid days, that might be kind of the best thing. So what I have on today is one of my no-fail waterproof mascaras, and that's the Maybelline Full and Soft. Sometimes I use this as a first coat under regular mascaras. I'm trying not to use waterproof as much, as I said in my mascara routine that I talked about earlier, but you know, sometimes there's just days where it's just necessary. So another one that I really like is the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof. This gives a lot of volume and a lot of length. Lancome Monsieur Big has a waterproof version that is really great as well. They don't say this is a waterproof formula, but it is waterproof, transfer resistant, sweat proof. This is the Tarte Sea Surfer Curl Mascara. It's really great as well, especially if you're working out or something like that. I'll have some other options listed down below that I think are really great, but these came to mind first. If you've been watching my videos, you are aware that I'm not someone who uses setting spray a lot. You know, I'm not a false lash girl. I use them on occasion. It's just too high maintenance for me. But in the dead of summer, if we're doing something outside where I just know that my makeup could potentially wear off my face or fade off, or if I'm going to beat up with sweat, which happens a lot here in the summer, I do pull out the setting spray because it's just necessary. So I know we're talking about things being low maintenance in this video, but honestly, it only takes a few seconds to spritz on setting spray. So this is a recent discovery for me that I've really been enjoying. So I just wanted to share this one with you. I'll have a couple other options down below. And I'm actually keeping the ones in this video all affordable options because I know for some of you, you don't want to invest a lot into setting spray. You know, I'm kind of picky about my setting sprays, so maybe I'll do a top setting sprays video and include all price points. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do something like that. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It, and you really just need to spritz this over your skin. This is just that extra insurance to ensure longevity. Plus, it feels good. Now, don't get setting spray confused with a facial mist like the e.l.f. Coconut Mist or MAC Fix Plus, you know, the kinds that are kind of infused with oils and things like that. Those are going to take away the powdery look, but they don't necessarily help with longevity. You want something that's actually going to lock in your makeup. And again, I'll have some other great options that I really enjoy down below. And you don't have to reserve this for the last step of your makeup. If you're really wanting extra insurance to make sure your makeup looks great and stays on all day, I like to use setting spray throughout my makeup routine, which I show in that video I talked about earlier, linked down below, and I'll have it linked here as well. I have loads more products I can share with you. Let me know if you want to see them in another video in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!